Alright guys, welcome to my live. I'm going to attempt doing a live once again. And hoping there's no technology problems. I had to stop my live earlier, so we'll see how long this can go. I'm going to get my candle lit, guys. And let's get started. Alright guys, I think my tree fell over. Give me a second. And I need to make sure this is staged well enough, guys. I think you guys can see me much better like that. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hey, influencers. So, let's get started with our study session, work with me session. Alright guys, so just an FYI, when you are starting your study session, you want to make sure that you are well prepared for your study session and what you're going to be doing. I am going to be doing extra work. I'm going to be reviewing some questions that I have, and I'm going to be focusing on the CHAD certification exam. I don't plan to sit for it right this second, but I do plan to sit for it eventually. And so I'm trying to get myself in study mode and get myself to start trying to get acclimated to questions, sample questions, and things like that. So I've posted a few lives, and I like to sometimes sit in on my live. So before I start, I like to do my intro in my live to try to see how everyone is doing. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And so if you are on this live, please give me a thumbs up. Also say hello. Send me a wave or two, a smile or two. I think that's important. It keeps me going. It allows me to know that you're watching. And I think that's so important. So I have my book. As I said, you need to have your notepad. You want to have your notebook or a pad. As I indicated initially, I do have a notebook that I'm going to be taking notes on. And I also have my other notepad that I like to use a lot. That's this one. Sometimes I will write down key terms on certain things. So between your study guidebook and then your, sorry for the noise, between your study guidebook and your notepad, I think that's one key thing that you want to have, or two key things you want to have. So then I have a little water sound here that I like to use when I am studying. One thing I also like to use is the highlighter. I'm going to be using that. I also like to use a pen and also a pencil, a mechanical pencil, because I feel like taking notes in your book or taking notes in a textbook, you don't want to have to create an error and then you can't remove it. So I like to do that with my studying pattern to make sure that I have things or tools that can help me strategize and have a good study day or study time frame. So another thing that I do is I like to use my dual monitors, which you're seeing here, and I like to set the mood for my studying. Sometimes I'll have a candle going, I may have some music going, or some sort of nature, waterfall, something, birds, sounds, just to keep me in the mood of study where it's not extremely quiet. So that's important. And for those of you who are also studying, I like to keep a textbook handy so I can use. This is one of my HIM Bible. I always like to keep my Bible on me because I always end up doing my prayers, or I end up reading a scripture or two when I just need to get my mind ready and set to study. And sometimes when I need to take a break, I might read a scripture or two. So those are kind of like my favorite things to have around me. And then you also want to make sure to grab yourself a snack, some water as need be so you can stay hydrated. I have ice in here, so it might be a little bit more on the loud side, but I'm going to probably ask the kids to give me one of my drinks that I like to have. One thing I like to do is chew gum when I am working sometimes, just to help me concentrate as well. So another thing is, when I talk about studying, it's not just for the CHDA exam. You can also use it for your RHIA exam and your RHIT. So this is the RHIA book. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. It is the 9th edition. Let me know, comment down below if you want me to talk about this book and review some questions in here. So if you're taking your RHIA exam, if you're taking your RHIT, any certification exam, you can study alongside with me. It's great to have a study buddy to study with. There are various different study tools you can use. This is another book. So you want to just make sure you have your tools, your notebook, your pen, your pencils, your notepad, tissue box if you need it, some sort of snack, liquid to stay hydrated, and create your space, keep your space in such a way that you can feel comfortable. My desk is a little bit more on the messy side a little bit because I was working hard today, but at the same time, it's good enough for me to still get work done. And then the other thing is, let me know if you guys want to see an office tour. I know some people have been asking me about it. I do have my office here in my basement. I created a space and got them to build in a smaller office for me, so when I'm not upstairs, I could still come down here. It's nice and quiet. I'm away from the kids and hubby, and I can focus on what I need to get done. So let me know if you guys want to see an office tour, and I can make sure to do that. Obviously, you want to have any type of gadgets. If you have your iPad, if you have your monitor, your laptop. I like to use my laptop because sometimes I may want to play some music. I have a TV in my office, so that's awesome because I can do other things as well. And then I also like to use my monitor because I can take my notes on Word, Excel. I can work on any type of presentation if I have to for you guys, for any of my videos, but I usually will be able to surf the web and do what I need to with the dual monitors in front of me. So hopefully you're not seeing my messy desk too much. It's not too dim. I like the dimness, so I'm not really worried about anything else, and I can just focus on what is presently in my face. So guys, let's go ahead and jump right into this live study with me. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're doing. Hopefully you guys had a great day today. And let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to do my intros on the live, just in case you guys have questions. I'll do my intro and we'll get started. Now, I tend to be very quiet if I'm doing my study with me. And so that being said, you may not get me or have me talking a lot. But if I do see questions, if I do see someone stopping by, I will go ahead and say hello. And if it's a question that I can address, I will address that right away. If not, I'll bring that back to you all on another video. So every now and then you might hear a sound or two. Obviously this is live, so it's not going to be extremely quiet. unless I kick my children out the house. So you might hear a sound or two. Or I normally will mute the audio recording so it's completely quiet. I didn't want to do that on this live today. I just wanted you guys to be able to hear me in case I do have to talk about some tips when studying or address anything. I'm able to speak to it and you guys are able to hear me. So bear with me if you're hearing more than just the water sounds here and there. It's still early enough for my munchkins not to be in bed, but they are aware that I'm doing a live, and so if you do hear a sound here or there, welcome to the family. That's just what comes with the territory of a live, unless I'm doing a focus live, which this is not a focus live where I don't have anything else going on around the house and it's quiet and everybody's gone. So, but it should be quiet enough for you guys to hear me and join me as my study buddy for this live. I'm also going to put information on this book for you guys, and it is going to be in the description section of this live, so you'll know what book I am using. And I need to set my phone to do not disturb, so that way I don't get any calls while I am doing this live. So thanks for the thumbs up, everyone. I see that I've gotten a couple of thumbs up. So thanks for that. I appreciate it. If you're stopping in, say hello. Make sure you hit those a heart, and just let me know what you're doing. What are you studying? What are you working on today as you are joining me with this live? So I am putting in here in the chat. I hope you all had a great day today. Mine was pretty darn busy, and I had so much going on that didn't know where to start from. Just a lot of work to do, but I got them done. And so my day was pretty hectic, pretty busy. It's usually pretty hectic, pretty busy most of the time. So I have to start practicing other ways to do my time management, and I do a pretty good job at it, but sometimes I have things that piles up every now and then I have to figure out ways to address it. So just an FYI, my day was okay, but it was busy. So let me know how your day went. Alright, I feel like I need to elevate my desk a little bit more so I can feel a little bit more comfortable with it. There we go. And then also, Guys, I feel like now my mouth is lagging. I've had to restart my live, and hopefully nothing else crazy happened, and I can get this live done. Don't know what that's about, but I'm not going to let anyone win on this because I need to do the study live, and I also want to be able to study with my buddies. So guys, pray that this live stay as is. So guys, make sure that you are reading the chat. When you come in, read the chat so that you are aware of different things or expectation. Another thing is not using digits when you are talking about things, because I'm learning a lot about the YouTube live and what to go in, how to go in, and what to say within your YouTube live. So be mindful and help me not have any issues when it comes to what you're using during my live. So just a heads up on that. Again, this is like a quiet study session, so we want to be sure that we are studying, but at the same time, I do plan to conversate if I see any questions in the chat. And if I see something that I'm doing when I'm studying, I usually will be working through my study guidebook. And as I'm working through my study guidebook, sometimes I like to discuss key points on here. And so those key points might be captured in this live. So make sure that you're listening to the live. Make sure that if you have any questions, post them in here. I'll try my best to read it and address it, or I'll address it on another video. Guys, give me a second. I'm going to have to turn down my heat a little bit. So give me 2 seconds. So guys, a lot of stuff I do with my monitor is trying to make sure that I document my key terms. Anything that I am unfamiliar in the book, I will document it on my monitor in a Word document so I'm able to come back to it. Another thing I do is I'm going to surf on the web to see if I can find the term itself and get more knowledge on it. One other tip that you may want to consider doing is having a Quizlet account and or having your AHIMA account. That's important because with AHIMA, you can actually go into the body of knowledge and use that to look up some things that you need to. There are toolkits, there are various different articles, things that you can use to read up and gather more knowledge for what you're specifically studying. So think about different methods that you can use to get more information aside from going into your textbook, which the textbook would have a lot of information as well. Looking in the glossary section of your textbook, you can try to look for that definition of the key term. You also want to look through the chapter readings. Usually there are several different areas in this textbook or several different chapters in the textbook that will address the same exact information. For example, if we're talking about HL7, I'm going to talk about that. You want to make sure that you understand the who, what, when, where, why, and then read up on every single chapter that has HL7 in it. Don't just stick with chapter 1 or chapter 23. You want to go through each of the chapter and look at that particular information that is provided for that particular key term. So that's one thing that I try to do. I try to go through each chapter. If I need to, I look in the glossaries for the definition first of all. Then I look at the index to see where else is that information provided or that key term provided. Jot down the number. So if it's 500 and then 457 and 945, those might be different chapters depending on how many pages each chapter has. So I'm going to go through that, notate it down in my book, and then I'm going to go through the chapter, figure out where it is. I like to sometimes highlight in my textbook. And these are things that I would highlight because I know they're really important. So I would highlight the key term in a pinkish color and then the rest of what I really need in yellow. And then I would make small notes, nothing too drastic, in my textbook. So I'll do that, and that way if I ever come back to this chapter, I can easily see it. It's something that is noticeable. I don't kind of color through my textbook because it's not a coloring book, but those are the things I look for to try to use to give me a better understanding of what I am reading. So hopefully that makes sense. Just an FYI. Another thing is making sure that you are understanding abbreviations. Do not negate them, such as the different types of abbreviation that they may have in each domain that you're reading. You want to make sure you know it. Know it, know it, know it. Do not negate them. Some of them will have a number code next to them. You want to understand what it is. The who, what, when, where, why is what I normally would say to study up on that particular content or that particular key term. You want to know the who, what, when, where, why, how, because that will give you a better understanding of why that term is used, how that term is also used. Okay, let's keep studying. So if I have already previously made notes in my Word document, I end up opening that document based on the type of exam I'm studying for. If I'm doing something with the RHIA or RHIT, if I'm mentoring someone, I will go to that particular note that I have generated for that certification, credentials, and make sure that I am note taking in that area. So right now I am doing the CHDA, and so with that I will be looking at my Word document that I created, and then I also try to categorize my Word document in some sort of domain related Word document. So I would have my Word document. I'm going to work on figuring out how to share screen with you all. But I would have my Word document, it would say RHIA, and then it would have domain 1, and then it would have the name of that domain. So if I have, for example, the CHDA, I'll have that file name as that, and then I would put domain 5, and then I'll put data governance on it. And I know anything related to data governance is there. Remember, sometimes terms are used from one domain to the other, depending on what it is. If it's technical, it's going to start speaking to the technical aspect of that particular word. If it's going to be something legal, it's going to use that same particular word, or that same content, or let's say a database system, but it'll talk or speak to it in your book or in your textbook based on the legal side, based on the data side, based on the technological side. So think of it that way when you're reading stuff. That's why we see data dictionary can be in the data section, but then again it could be in, let's say, legal. Why do they have it? Why is it used? So you could have it in different areas or different domains within your study guide. And you want to be able to use critical thinking and logic as to how they can write these questions, because that's going to help you better understand how to answer or do the process of elimination, because you know the technological side of this word and you know the data side of this particular word. So you're able to apply it because you understand it. So don't limit yourself just to the definition. You want to make sure that you are studying way past the definition, reading about it, and getting more knowledgeable about it. All right, guys, so we are an hour in. It looks like we are an hour in, so don't forget my normal. I'm putting it in the chat. So you want to make sure that you are taking your breaks. Trying to find my little nice emoji that I like to use. Get your break on. I feel like my mouse is about to give up the ghost, but I'm going to stay faithful because I need this live to continue going. So make sure you take your break. I just added that in the chat. Get your mental break. If you've been studying for a while prior to me coming on the live, take your break. Get your coffee, get your tea, grab a snack. I may have to go get me something else because I only have a little chunk of ice sitting in this cup. So I may have to step out and get me something, or I'll probably have to ask the kids to give me something to drink. But make sure you're taking your break. And when you take a break, you want to step away from the monitors. You want to step away from the laptops. You want to step away from your gadget. Anything that you are using to study, step away from it. Take a break. Even if you have to do a quick 10-minute, 15-minute shut-eye, make sure you do that when you're studying, because it's good. It's good for mental health. I took a long nap, and so I am up and alert and moving around. So just make sure you're doing that from time to time. Give yourself maybe 2 hours of studying and a 10-15-minute break. Maybe another 3 hours of studying and a 20 minutes break. So just make sure you are doing that, guys. Alright guys, I may have to go upstairs and go grab me a cup of ice, or I'll have one of my little ones come and give me my ice. But they're not so little. They're grown folks, but they're still my little ones. So I can get me something to drink and stay hydrated, like I normally advise you all. So I don't know why my mouse is lagging. This is crazy. So guys, let me know if you have any study tips of what you do when you are studying. How have you been studying? I know I was asked last time I did a live. Somebody asked me about, or no, I think in one of my other videos, someone asked me about the different ways of studying and how long to study. So I will be I will be creating a video on that this week. And hopefully by next week I'll be posting that because I wanted to make sure that I've spoken to quite a few people and also what I did to study up for my exam and how I was able to pass my exam. I want to make sure that I pass that knowledge on to you all. So if you have any other questions, I'm always saying go watch the video. There are lots of information on my channel in reference to exam taking tips and different things, experiences that we've had. Make sure you go watch those videos. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any specific content you want me to create videos on. That's helpful. When you guys comment in the comment section, I can read those and I love to read them and respond. I'm just that type of person that loves to respond and help you all out. So hopefully as you all are studying, you're finding great methods to study. I will try to see if I'm up to it. I'll probably create a tip video for tomorrow. No promises. We'll see what happens to on my live and see how that goes. But comment if you want me to bring that to my live so we can also discuss those things. There are lots and lots of great topics to talk about within the HIM area, and I think it's important that we're addressing it and we are talking about it. So it helps others. It makes me feel great that I'm able to help you all out there. So make sure that you are liking my video, and I will really appreciate it. Make sure you are giving me those hearts for my lives, giving me those thumbs up. That's truly important and it makes my day. So guys, I had my son bring me this. So anyway, I'm getting hydrated and staying hydrated. So make sure you get your fluid down. Make sure that you're snacking on something. You don't want to be studying on a empty stomach or thirsty and talking. Thank you. And then as I get work done, I like to check it off my list of things that I have done. Alright guys, so this is a trick question for me in here. It says, let me turn this down a little bit. So this question here, I didn't answer it last time, so I left it without any dot next to it. And it says the individual most likely to lead strategic planning for a health organization's information system is blank. I'm going to read it again. The individual most likely to lead strategic planning for health organization information is who? So we have in there, let me say hello to someone stopping by. Hi, Kim. So that's the question. The individual most likely to lead strategic planning for healthcare organization information system is who? It has CEO, HIM director, CIO, and medical director. Think about that, guys, and let me know. That's a good trick question for your exam. You want to know what a CEO does, a CIO does, and that's important. Hey, Kim, how are you? Hopefully you can hear me. I've had a few technical issues with YT trying to mess with my live, but I'm going to keep going. How are you doing? How was your day? Hope you had a great, amazing day and not as busy as mine. Mine was crazy. And I tried to start a live earlier and I couldn't. I think I stopped it like 3 times. So just from work was crazy. And now my live, I'm trying to see if I can get this done. At least a little bit of study session in. And whoever needs to study, whoever needs to do some work. I always tell people it's not just me here, but also if you're doing something, you can do it along with us. Kim, you say, how are you doing? I'm doing very well. So I'm happy to hear that. How's the children? How's hubby? Hopefully everybody's doing good. I'm up late doing a quick study session just for a few study questions and also getting some work done at the same time. I always tell people if you have to edit your video. Yes, Kim, great job. I was going to say if you have to edit your video, because a lot of us, just like Kim, Nadi, everybody, are content creators. So it doesn't matter what type of content you're creating. If we have, even this study with me session, I know my sister has jumped on board and she's editing something. So you're working on something that you're trying to get done, get accomplished. So I think it's important to do that. So you want to be sure that you're keeping yourself accountable. So if you have to find someone late night, even if the kids are asleep at this point, and others are doing their own thing. Find time to get it done so that you can keep yourself accountable. So Kim, just like you're doing right now, editing your videos, I'm happy you're doing that because that's going to give you some me time, rest time, because you've gotten it done now. I'm assuming the kids should be sleeping around this time. And also, of course, you have to rest up for the next day, but this is a good thing that you're doing, which is putting time aside to most definitely get your edits done, get your content out, and build your channel. So that's a great thing. I like to see other YouTubers just as I am. So Kim Nadi is one of them. So if you guys get an opportunity, visit her channel. She's more home lifestyle and different things. So visit her channel. And yeah, Kim, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it and stopping by. As always, don't forget to give the thumbs up. Give me a lot of hearts while you're at it. And wishing you all the best with your edits so you can get a lot done. So guys, as I was saying, sometimes you want to understand what the job duty of a CEO is, what a job duty of a HIM director is. So if you're a director or you plan to be one, you want to understand that. And a CIO, some of those terms, CIO, you're going to think, oh, it might not be on your exam. It's going to be on your exam. You have the Chief Information Officer. You have a Chief Executive Officer, CEO. You also have the Medical Director. So the question was asking, who would be the person to lead a strategic plan for health information organization? So just thinking about that, you want to make sure you make it make sense. Kim, you say, but you got to hang in there. If I tell you mine, you're going to say, oh my goodness. So speaking of that, yes, you want to really hang in there. That's what I'm doing. Same thing happened to me, Kim. Sometimes I think we're working so hard, so don't be discouraged. Just keep pushing forward. And trust me, I feel your pain. And hopefully people will come, support, watch, and enjoy your content as you keep pushing forward. I see it as in I'm going to keep doing my best. I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to keep giving content, and we should be okay. So don't just hang in there and keep going. So that being said, yeah, trust me, Kim, we're similar in similar boats, but we got to keep going. I use that as a trigger to keep going, and we're blessing others with our content. So I would say, we want to keep going with whatever it is that you're doing. You want to stay motivated and just don't even look at those numbers. I look at my channel sometimes and the numbers are where they are, but at the same time, because of the goals that I have and because of what I'm trying to do with my channel, I don't let those things get to me. So yeah, just keep going, Kim. I know you can do it. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you, girl. And they said we're always a fighter. So always a fighter, stay a fighter, and you're good to go. That's right. YT cannot stop you. If you're driven to get something done, get it done. I'm driven to get this live done. I'm driven to do my study session, not just keeping myself accountable, also helping others who may want to study or who may want to review this later on. So keep pushing forward, continue doing what you're doing, think positive, and just stay focused on what you need to do. And I see a Carmen. Carmen, thanks for joining. So guys, as you're joining, say hello, let me know what you're doing. If you're studying, if you're working on a project, if you're working on your goals, you can actually be goal setting and planning. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be that you are studying for an exam. Again, thank you all for joining. As you're joining, give me that thumbs up, give me the heart. Let me know what you're doing. And thanks a million for joining in, stopping by, driving by, whichever one it is. Carmen says, I'm doing okay. I'm doing good as well. Thanks for joining, Carmen. I really appreciate it. So guys, sometimes people would say, I think it's YouTube is all over the world, so we know that. So sometimes, depending on what time you are studying, I think for me, this is my appropriate time to do it. Sometimes I will do a live in the daytime or during my lunch break. I think it's important to get in as much time as I can. I know sometimes I don't do a lot of lives because I'm not used to doing lives, but at this point I'm getting my feet wet with live. And I think when I study up, it also helps keep me accountable, helps keep others accountable. So when you guys see me with the different time frame when it comes to live, just join in when you can. If you're studying for your exams, let me know what you're doing. How are you doing prepping for your exams? Carmen said, I really need some motivation since I am procrastinating right now. I am someone who procrastinates a lot. But once I'm ready to get it done, I get it done. Trust and believe. So I do understand when you procrastinate. That's me, even with this book, or me when I was in my master's program. I'll procrastinate. I'm going to get it done. I'll do it next week. I'll tell my kids, set an alarm. Tell me when something is due, and they'll remind me. I'll be like, okay, I'll do it the next week. So Carmen, I understand procrastination. I think it's in a lot of our blood, but we still want to try to figure out how do you minimize that procrastination. So I think try your best to figure out what you need to do. Plan by the month, by the days, by the week. So if you think you're someone who can get things done long term, just plan so that when you get to that time frame, you'll be able to get it done. So plan daily, what do you want to do today? What do I want to accomplish this week? Read your chapters and you'll be able to get your assignments done. If you have something you want to accomplish, if you want to start a program, your master's program, your bachelor's program, start taking a class one session at a time. I always tell everyone to do that. Don't wait to take 4 classes. Take 1 class. Take 2 classes. And by the time you know it, you're done with your program. Okay, Nadi joined. Thank you so much, okay, for joining. How are you? I feel like I need to chat because you guys are hearing me that I'm not doing as much chatting, but I have to say hello. Okay, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. I have to learn to do the heart sign, hearts, like Kim does. So thank you guys for joining. I know it's late night, checking you out, cuz yes, thank you so much for joining, guys. I appreciate it. I'm up studying late. Sometimes it's easier for me. It's hard to do things during the daytime sometimes, and doing the role that I do, I stay busy 24/7, but I'm still able to get it done. I did my master's, I did my bachelor's, another bachelor's, my associates, and credentials. So it's doable for all of us that are parents, all of us that are mommies, daddies, people trying to go back to school, people doing things with their YouTube platforms, such as I am. So, you guys, thank you so much for joining. Carmen, so most definitely build a study plan or build a plan on what you're trying to do, and just take it one step at a time and just check it off your list. And Carmen says, what are you currently studying? So for me, I am studying the CHDA. Is for people that are in the IT data analytical side of healthcare for HIM. So I'm studying this, and I'm not trying to take my exam right now. I'm trying to take it later on, procrastination. But at least I have started studying, and that's important because it prevents me from procrastinating long term. But what are you doing short term? So that's what I'm doing. I'm studying for this exam, and I'm taking it one step at a time. So I would take a stab at a few questions to try to understand it. Plus, other people in our field will be able to kind of study along with me. So that's my plan, is to sit for this exam. I have also taken the RHIA exam, so I have these credentials. So people who are also studying for this can take it RHIA. Anybody in any field. And I always say, if you're studying for also a class, a course, a trade, you can still join in with me. So that's what I'm doing, Carmen. I am most definitely studying and taking my time to do that, and also looking at some things that I need to do, creating my plan at the same time with what am I going to do tomorrow, what am I going to do this week. So thanks for asking. Okay says, was that a heart sign? Oh my goodness. Let me try. Can you guys see it? I think you can. And yes, it is a heart sign. If it's not, here you go. That's my heart sign. So I try. I know Kim does it very well. I am still learning it. So that's why I'm always putting the heart emoji in here for all you guys that are joining me, to say thank you so much. I appreciate it. Not everybody is, on here, and not everybody joins people's lives. So I appreciate every last one of you guys. So laugh out loud, okay. What else did you say here? Okay, says, okay, so Carmen say, haha, relatable, best of luck. Thank you. So Carmen, are you studying for anything at all? Are you in the HIM field? I'm currently going into my last year of high school. Okay, cool. That is awesome. And that means you're about ready to go to college, which means you're about ready to figure out what you need to do with your life and your career. So hang in there. Most definitely plan yourself out, because you don't want to waste money on courses that you're going to take for college. Our parents spend a lot of money, so your parents, depending on the loans and all that, you don't want them, spending a lot of money if you're indecisive. So talk to your counselors, try to figure out your major, try to figure out what courses you want to take, and, shadow some people if you have to. And that would help you kind of like decipher. So all the best on your classes. Carmen says, use your index and third finger. Okay, guys, and my third finger. Use my index and my third finger. You know what? I'm going to practice this. I always thought it was your thumb. And so my index and my third finger. I'm going to practice it. I don't want to look crazy on live. I'm already looking crazy on live trying to do it with my thumb and this one. So I'll figure it out, and I'll make sure next time I do a live, I'll keep practicing it, because it is terrible. I'm bad at it. The curve is, that's how to do it. Yeah, I'll learn it, Carmen. I will make sure that I do, most definitely. University, actually, from where I am from, but university, actual, from where I am from, but yeah. Okay, I didn't understand that when you're saying university. So you can explain that. I think Carmen says, I think I've decided on my course and my major, but still deciding. Yes, think about it, think it through, because if I tell you my history of what I did, I was in nursing program. I was in PT school for a hot minute. Nursing program, got hospitalized, and it was a bit much. So I got into IT. So I do have an IT background, a degree in IT, and then I have a degree in healthcare, my master's in health informatics, my associates in information technology, health IT. So trust me, I've been there, done that. You want to figure it out now while you can. Don't waste too much time. But usually your first year of college with your courses that you're going to be taking won't be impactful. It's when you start getting to your second, third year that you really want to make sure, because you want to make sure that the classes you're paying for is worth the money, and then you don't have to retake any classes. That's really where you want to be, in the safe zone, so that you're not spending as much time as well. Because I did that. I changed my mind several times, and sometimes it happens, life happens, and you may not be as great as you thought as you were in science or your math. I had to do calculus. It was a killer for me, but I stuck it through, and then I had to do pre-calc, calc 1, calc 2. So just make sure that is something that you want to do. One other thing I'm going to say, Carmen, to make sure is job security. You want to be sure that that major is something that you can use in the long run. And also, is it something you want to work from home in the long run? Make sure it's that opportunities are provided. So be mindful of that. But I trust you have your head on straight and you know what you're going to do. There are two ways to do it. But you got it. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to practice and make sure I get it really well. Because you said college, but for my country here, it's university. Okay, but it's similar. Yes, university, college. They actually have college here, university here in America. So I'm in the Maryland area, but university is nationwide. So I do understand. I wasn't sure if you're saying what the university was, but yes, university, college. Sometimes they have the 2-year college, and then they have the university as a 4-year college, and so forth and so on. So I hear you, and I hear what you're saying with that. But most definitely, that's my advice. Awesome job that you're in school educating yourself. It's truly, truly important for our younger generation to keep it going. You are not going to regret that you're doing school and you're finishing it up. It's something that is really, really important in our life today, because you want to make sure that you secure yourself, and you want to be also put together in case you have a family emergency. You're able to cater to those that have taken care of you throughout those educational years. So that's important. Thank you so much for joining me, and great conversation. Okay, Kim, thank you so much for joining me this late night. So yeah, I'm doing a whole bunch of little things here and there. I wasn't really expecting anyone to join, but I like to chat in the chat box just in case anyone does, and to get engaged with things as well. Okay, says, how are the youngins? They're good. So I do have my oldest in the room, in the guest room, studying for his class, and the other two should be prepping for bedtime. They are also finishing up. Speaking of that, my daughter will be finishing high school. Carmen, since OK is asking that question, my only daughter will be finishing high school, so I've been on her to figure out what she's going to do, because I'm not paid for just anything. So it has to be worth it. I want her to finish up school and be able to find a job, a good job at it, and also like what you do. Don't settle for just about the money. We need that, but you want to also be interested in what you're doing. So speaking of that, okay, they're doing well. The kids are doing well, very supportive with my channel. I'm usually like, keep quiet because I'm doing live, and they're not used to the slide, so you're hearing things up and down, but they're doing good with that. And the youngest boy just started high school. So Carmen, they are he's going to be in high school. He's in high school and he's doing well. And the oldest one is going through his first year of college. And we're trying to take it slow as well to figure things out with that. So hope you are not being too loud. No, I am not. And I was thinking about that too. I think when we do live, sometimes you don't know, is it too loud or is it too low? And then my water sound, is it too loud? Is it too low? I don't want it to be too low because then you hear everything. But then my sister's like, you're on live. What do you expect? You know, people should understand. And I'm like, I don't know about that. But I think sometimes it's like, take me as I am. So if you're hearing a little sound, I'm not just by myself. I have three children and hubby. So no, I'm not loud, okay, because they're all the way up on the top level. And my oldest is actually studying, so he's pretty good at me and him. We kind of do like a study buddy thing. So he's studying on his own. So nope. And so they're good to go. And look, I pay the bills, so I can be loud. So, but anyway, he said that's good. Glad the kids are yeah. So they're good to go with that. And usually they're like fast asleep because they have to be up early and getting on that bus to get to school. Once in a while, the oldest will drop them off. So, but everybody knows when it's school time, you have to be in bed by a certain time, and that's how we roll in here. So, okay, how are you? How is the family? How are the kids doing? And I know Kimmy, we always check in with her social media platform, but you, how are you doing? How are the children? I'm sure they're all sleeping, of course, every last one of them. And hopefully you guys are getting some me quiet time before bedtime. Okay, so we are all good over here. Awesome. Awesome sauce. I know Kim is working on going back into school too, so I'm looking forward to that. Tell her she needs to share that content on her platform because a lot of mommies out there, military moms and all that, that is so important because, you know, seeing her go from stage 1 all the way through and graduating and all of that, that's a good thing to share. So tell her to most definitely share that. The kids have been snoring for a while now, laugh out loud. That's good. Trust me, those days I don't miss it. I do not miss it. Now I can just read. I don't know how I did all the stuff I did with them, but I think it's dedication and also trying to do things that is best for your family. But they were quite young when I was busting my tail trying to go through school, go through some programs, and then recently my master's. That one, they're a little bit older, so that helped. But trust and believe, I don't miss those days. Kim says, oh yeah, spring when I will be starting. Yep, my master's. Yep. Kim, that is great. And don't forget to share it because that would be so good. So you're doing spring. I'm trying to start, I'm trying not to say it, but I'm trying to start my doctorates. So we'll see. I have to do a little bit of more investigation since this is my anniversary month. I just did a full year of break because I graduated last year, December, with my master's in health informatics. So this is a good break time that I had. I want to do some certifications, additional certifications, and then I want to do my doctorates. So that's my goal eventually. So Kim, that's a good plan right there. You're starting in spring. So I'm assuming you've registered for your classes. All right, girl. Make sure you share that. That's a whole life and a whole stage of content for you to share. So yeah. Yes, yes, yes. You've come a long way, cuz. Yes, I have. Yes, I have, and still going. So, most definitely, education is key. Oh, yeah, that's big. Yep. So, when I tell people, they're like, somebody said I have the best of both worlds because I have tech side and healthcare. But most definitely, Kim, share that. I would like to see that progression through your program. We need to see the good, the bad, the ugly, because Masters was kicking my tail. You got to write a lot of papers in the master's program. You have to do a lot of responses. I need to do a video on that because I know a lot of people have said share that. But the teachers be expecting things that you're like, wait a minute. So you have to like work your tail off. So I'm hoping Shar and Capri would let you get it done. If not, you need to step out the house, get a quiet zone, and just focus and get it done. No distraction. But I'm sure you'll get it done. You'll get it done. Okay, so I remember back when you went to the room upstairs. Yes, yes, yes. And I was in school in college, putting myself through college, and most definitely working and with my people, my dad gone. So you have to be motivated, strong-minded, dedicated to do it for yourself because it's not always you're going to have the push to do what you need to do. Just like this studying that I'm doing, no one is forcing me to do it. It's a credential I want to get under my belt. It's going to help market me, keep me compatible. And so yes, okay, those times they made me stronger and made me do what I need to do for myself. So that's why I think I am where I am today. And that's another reason why I created this platform. I created this platform to be able to help others and kind of bless them with the knowledge I have, things people have done for me, and open an avenue for people to know about this field, especially those who are looking into some sort of IT healthcare, to be able to bless them with that. So that's my goal. You know, build my channel, get all the subscribers, get all my views. But my main thing is how many people can I bless with my information? How many people can I inform on what to do school-wise, work-wise, resumes, all those different things. I think it's important to give back because I know of my experiences. So you say you thought, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely, okay? Just things we have to think back and look about and be grateful on is so important. I think I appreciate a lot of the upbringing I've had and just what we've strived ourselves through. So, yeah. So now you're a pro at parking. That's funny. Gotta learn from someone. It's a lot of different things. People tell me, oh, I remember when I told someone yesterday that when they're talking, what are they going to say? Like we always think about what are others going to say about you and what have you done for them. And I know for sure that people will say how much I have blessed them and I continue to do that. And I think that's what makes me happy to hear that someone was able to get a job, someone was able to pass their exam, someone was able to view my video and they're able to study up, stay motivated. I think that's important. So anybody that I can touch and bless, I'm good to go. No, I'm still older, as a matter of fact. Let me say that on live. I'm still older. So let's get that straight. So, okay, are you out and about in the morning usually? I know Kim is usually up and going. What about you? Are you homebound? Again, thank you all for joining. Give me those hearts. I have been on for an hour and 14 minutes, and I will push to be on for a good 2 hours, and then I will be done with this live. Normally I'll do a live, a silent live. So I wanted to come and do a more active live and see where that goes. Okay, so this house is empty by 8:30. I'm trying to see. This heart won't let me see what I need to see. Let me expand it so I can read it. So everybody's out by 8:30. Oh, I am every weekday. Is that every? Yeah, I think it says every weekday. This house is empty by 8:30. I am every weekday. So okay, you're out the house? I didn't get that. Are you saying you're the only one home? Usually, because I know Kim is gone. I have to be at work. Oh. Okay. I have to be at work by 8 a.m., but I am usually home first to get, okay, on. Okay. Cool. So you're out and about like everybody. That's me. Everybody's usually out of the house by 8:30. I think 8:30, 8:40. And usually it's just me. We've been home since COVID, and so it gets a little quiet in here sometimes, and the area I live is beyond quiet. So that's when I get to do some studying. I get to do some other things too, especially if I have a good day off. I think that's a great time to try to create some content. But for me, yes, everybody's gone same time, and I'm usually working either down in the office or upstairs in the dining when I need some window view. I will be upstairs there, and then in the summer I'll be out in the backyard on the deck to do some work as well. Just listen to nature as I work. Unless I have an imperative meeting, then I will be indoors where it's more quiet. So good to know that you are out and about working. Interesting, and then you pick up Shar. Okay. Cool. I don't know why I thought you guys were done and you were homebound, but it's good to stay busy because sometimes it gets boring when it's when you're home. I'm like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to work, but I think I'm going to do it until I can't do it anymore. Just like studying. How long am I going to wreck my brain? As long as my brain is up and going, I will be keeping myself educated, acclimated, you know, and making sure that I understand my job and things like that. So, oh, someone else joined. Udo, my dear friend, the forever student. What are you studying now? Love how you keep your mind sharp. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. I am actually studying, I said, for a certification that I need to eventually obtain for my career path in health IT, and I'm just kind of reading up on it. And then sometimes I am also getting additional things done. So right now it's just studying for it. I am not going to be sitting for my exam yet, but soon enough, and I want to motivate others that plan to sit for any type of exam. So that's what I'm doing. And yes, I am constantly trying to work my brain when I can, and do the best that I can. So even when I am not in study mode, I'm in study mode for you all, meaning those people who are out there who are in school. I want to motivate others to stick through it, and we can do this together. So I am studying for that exam and other things as well. So thank you for joining. I really do appreciate it. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up and the heart. I appreciate you for joining. Sometimes I have to go back in and see who is who, and I think I know who this is. But as always, I appreciate you for joining, especially you calling me my dear friend. I know who this is, I think. So thank you so much for joining, and hope you're doing well and the family is doing well. Okay, says I love home I love being home on days off, the peace and the quiet. Yeah, I do too. My area is very, 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 I can't, beyond, beyond quiet. Like sometimes I'm like, what is going on here? You can hear the train miles and miles away. That's how quiet it is. But it's lovely, and there's nothing like peace and quietness. So I will go out and sit out because I have the front porch. So I'll go out and sit out. I'll grab my book and read. Sometimes I take my textbook and read it as my Bible, or my Bible, as I said. You see that next to me here. I will go read it. So, okay, I get you when it's nice and quiet. But sometimes I miss the kids or hubby, because once they're gone for some time. And so it's just me home doing my thing. But I love it. And then I have a lot of windows in my home. So that's another thing too. So that view helps me kind of calm down, relax, and we need it as parents, students, moms, dads. That's important. When you get that time off, just relax and enjoy that moment, because once them kids come in, mine are grown, it's something else. So anytime you get, most definitely use that to get your me time in. So thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. So, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the conversation. As I said, I wasn't really expecting anyone. I was going to keep peeking in, and sometimes I get off my live and I'll find out 400 people were on the live, and the chat wouldn't have anyone in there, just a few, but not all the 400 people. But I get excited because at least I know somebody was watching, and someone must have gotten blessed somehow, even though they don't comment. The main thing is someone is watching, and hopefully they're benefiting from what I am doing. So most definitely, I appreciate you all for joining. And yes, it's a little bit darker in my office because I like to set the mood. I like to have my water going, and my monitors, plan out myself, and then try to get some study in. I indicated that I normally have my check-off list to check off what I got done, and I have gotten some studying done. And also I can check off that I got to chat with some good people up in here, and that's really nice that I'm able to do that and talk to you all to know what you guys are doing, school or not, and certification or not. There's so many different ways of studying and doing things. So it's not just that. For me, it's also what are you doing for yourself. That's what I always ask my staff. What did you do for yourself today? So make sure that you do something for yourself that is positive. So again, hearts to all you guys that are joining. I truly do appreciate it. And slowly but surely, we'll be growing the channel. So And guys, when I'm looking this way, it's because my monitor is this way and I can actually see the chat on my screen, unlike facing this way to the camera and for me to keep talking this way. So forgive me if I don't have that eye contact, which is truly important with your audience. But at the same time, when I am reading what's on the screen, or possibly this way, maybe next time I'll put it on my Mac, because I do have my Mac right here. I have to make sure the camera captures it. So I have my Mac right here, but that's running my water sound, which is nice for the ambiance. I will probably put it on here so I can look at you guys. So when I'm looking this way, that's because I'm trying to read and also try to look over here when I can. So forgive me for that. But that is the best way I can still get my study on, see what you guys are saying, respond, and when I have time, I will look and face you all directly. Again, thank you for joining. I know it's late, and if you have to jump off, take care of your little ones or yourself, I understand. Just thanks for stopping by and commenting, saying hello. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I was not expecting some of you guys. I will list names again from Kim to Carmen, and then I have Okay and also Udo. So just thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. Wow, I'm at the 2-hour mark, guys. So what I've learned is sometimes when I do my live and I see 2-hour mark on my live, I need to stay in just a little bit longer to make sure my 2 hours is captured. So I'll probably be staying in just a little bit longer. I'm going to try to gauge the time to make sure that I'm at least maybe 2 and 10 minutes over. If I stay about 2 and 10 minutes over, then I'm guaranteed to get my 2 hours. But sometimes I'll jump off, like I had a live I did yesterday, and I jumped off and it said 2 hours, and it was at 1:55 or 1:58. So I'm going to stay on for another about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and then I will shut down the live so that I don't keep some people up, or myself as well, because I need to rest up. I do have work in the morning, but I wanted to make sure I keep myself accountable. I'm going to give myself a kudos for studying up and also creating this live for those of you who are able to join. So I will be on for a little bit longer. Kim, make sure you do those posting, girl, because we're all in this together. Post those content. Again, Kim Nadi, she also has a YouTube channel, and so I want to put her out there. She does do a lot of lifestyle vlogs, mommyhood, nice cooking, you name it. She does all those different things. So if you feel like looking at someone who does all those stuff, she has all the different ways of cooking your rice and peas and all these different things. I like to support other small YouTubers such as myself, and she's someone that I do support. So I appreciate for you guys to go visit her channel, show some love, subscribe, join her family, and you won't be disappointed. She shows a lot of things that she's doing around with her family, shopping around, sharing different content. And so if you are up to it, please join, going and visit her channel for sure. And let's see how long have I been here. Okay, Kim says do a time check look when your thumbs up and likes are. Okay, where my thumbs up and likes are. You know what? I never thought of that. I normally, you know what I do, Kim? I put my mouse on the red line and I take it all the way to the front, and it tells me like 2:07. So this live thing, I'm getting used to it. You know me, I'm not like getting over this hump of being live. Of course, I'm not made up and everything, looking all cute, y'all, but take me as I am, love me as I am. But I'm looking at it, Kim, and it says 207. So I'm trying to see where you are talking about, where I get my thumbs up. But I think I can see my time, and I'm at 207, so I'll wait till it gets to 2:15. 21:20 is 2, yes. Oh, I know what you're saying now. Okay, yes. I see what you're saying. So yeah, I'm most definitely, it doesn't show me that, but I know that I am at 2:08. So I'm going to wait till 2:15, and then I'm going to stop my live. I'm just blessed that I was able to do this live, Kim, because I got cut off like 3-4 times. And you know, for our live, any footage is precious. For me, I started talking, doing my intro, sharing my books and everything, and it was just so frustrated. I'm like, the devil is not going to work. I'm going to get this live out so that I can, really, really get to do some study for myself and others. So you have 99 minutes is 1 hour, 90 minutes is 1 hour and 30. Okay. So yeah, I'll stick through just a little bit longer. It has 158. No, none of it doesn't. It has 209. I'll stick till 2:15 and then I'll jump off. No worries. Thanks a million for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And yeah, hang in there, girl. Told you, if I tell you my story, you're probably gonna scream. But I was like, I'm not going to get discouraged. Sometimes that fluctuation happens, and I think because we truly don't understand the YouTube platform, it can discourage you to keep putting things out there. But I'm going to keep putting things out there because YouTube is not the owner of this whole thing. It's me and me wanting to bless others. So I'm going to use that to stay positive and just keep going. And eventually, it's going to happen, I think, and we'll be fine. So most definitely hang in there. You as well. Have a good night, and most definitely we'll be fine. Night, Kim. Tell okay I say good night. Thank you guys. Much love. I'm gonna do that. Much love. I'll get it eventually. So I'm going to jump off. I am at 10. I'm going to go ahead and jump off in a few seconds. Have a good night, Kim. Have a good night, okay. Udo, have a good night. Carmen, have a good night. Guys, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to close out a few things, make my notes, prep myself for my study session for tomorrow to make sure what I still need to work on. So I keep myself accountable. That's what I normally do, by the date. And for tomorrow's date, what am I going to do? That's what I'm going to work on now for the next 5 minutes. And then I'm going to close down the live. Hopefully you guys found it to be useful, helpful, valuable. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see me talk about. And I do appreciate you guys joining. Thank you. And what I like to also do is make sure that you're saving all your files. So when you're studying and you have all your documentations in a Word document, Excel, make sure you save them, because sometimes I will leave my office, for instance, feeling like I'm going to come down here and everything is good to go. And sometimes if you are used to working from home or working remotely, you sometimes will have the system reboot itself, or we have to do the system upgrade. And once that happened, if you did not save anything you were working on, good luck with that. So as I shut down this live, I want to make sure that I have checked everything off my list. I have saved anything that I'm working on, and dated everything that I'm working on. Sometimes I'll also reorganize my desk, so as I come downstairs to work the next morning, everything is kind of clean and I feel great getting up and about to start my day. I think that helps us to have a smooth day. I will take my study guide book, the same thing, compile them all and just put them aside so they're not kind of messy. Because when your desk is messy first thing in the morning, you're going to lose your mind, because you might have an urgent meeting and you're trying to get all that done, and how much more if you have to show your face for these meetings sometimes and things are not put together, you're going to be all over the place. So I do that. Most definitely turn off my candles, blow them off, because we don't want anything crazy happening to my home. And then I will take my pens, everything, put them all aside, make sure my desk is clean, take my keyboard, put them away, and start afresh with a new day. That keeps me motivated and wanting to study and have a great productive day. So guys, good night all. Thank you for joining me again on the live, and I will be shutting this down. Have a good night. Night night.